Hey guys, welcome back. We're doing section 2 today. So, the French Revolution is going to unfold. The political crisis plus the worst famine in French history at this point is going to mean it is bad times for the lower classes of France. And as a result, they're going to get even more upset and more likely to rise up against the government. So, it actually leads to a revolt. Due to the famine, something called the Great Fear happens. There's a lot of rumors that troops are going to start stealing food for the wealthy from the poor. And there's going to be a lot of attacks on villages, burning old records, basically anything that showed that peasants owed money to the upper classes. So at this point, factions are going to begin to form. Factions are groups with differing views that competed for power. Now, there are three major ones that we need to talk about in France at this point. You have the moderates. These people liked the revolution and fully supported it, but were against the violence. Marquis de Lafayette served as a role model for this group. You have the Jacobins, or the radicals within the Legislative Assembly, and then the sans-culottes. These were the working class citizens, your everyday people, and they were kind of in the middle. So you have the moderates who were against violence. You have the sans-culottes who are basically in the middle, and then you have the Jacobins who are like, fight, 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 and like wanted to kill people. So the National Assembly is going to act, and the nobles are going to end their own privileges, which they'd already lost. The goal was equality for all male citizens before the law. Their first step was going to be to write a constitution. So they're going to write the Declarations of Rights and Man. And so, let me move my bubble over here. This is inspired by the Declaration of Independence. And in there it claims that all men were born and remain free and equal in rights. With these ideas, natural rights like liberty, property, security, and resistance to oppression. The government's also going to exist to protect these natural rights, and that all male citizens were equal before the law. Also established freedom of religion, and that a tax system would be put in place according to ability and how much ever money you made. It disappointed women because it didn't involve women at all. Olympe de Gouges is actually going to speak out in favor of women's rights. And they're actually going to write a version. Basically, they're going to take the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen and add women to it. Not really going to do anything, but they did it. And as you can see at the very bottom, Louis XVI is actually going to flat out resist these ideas. He doesn't like this at all. All right, so Marie Antoinette. And actually, I'm going to fix this real quick. There we go. She's going to spend millions. She's pretty extravagant in her lifestyle. She was against the reforms that they were bringing about, and she will be the last major queen of France. Now, that being said, she didn't actually say let them eat cake. She said something similar about letting them eat bread, potentially brioche. We're not entirely sure. So the National Assembly is going to press onwards. They're going to sell church lands to pay off the debt. They're going to end church authority, and this causes a divide between the peasants and the revolutionaries. The peasants were like, sure, we got this, we love this, we support this, we love the changes to the government and taxes. Why are you causing changes to the church? Don't do that. So a lot of peasants stopped supporting the revolution at this point. Now, we are going to get a constitution in 1791, and it's going to establish a limited monarchy. And so it's going to limit what Louis could do. It also establishes a legislative assembly that allows them to make laws, collect taxes, wage war, or establish peace. And it was elected by tax-paying males over the age of 25. It's also going to end church interferences as well. The big thing to remember here is that this is a big step in terms of where France had been at the beginning of Section 1. So eventually, the radicals are going to take over. As the revolution gets started, people are going to flee from France. These are known as émigrés who fled France and revolutionary forces. Now, they're going to go fan the flames of the revolution. Essentially, with this, European rulers are going to want to stop the spread of plague, or aka the revolution. They're against this. They don't want it at all. Radical revolutionaries are then going to demand the establishment of a republic, or a government ruled by elected representatives instead of a monarch. Remember, we have one of those here in the United States. So eventually, they're going to declare a war on tyranny. And the Legislative Assembly is then going to declare war on Austria, Prussia, Britain, and a number of other great powers in Europe. The great powers expected an easy victory, but this conflict is going to last for the next 20 years. All right, that is it for notes for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.